Yeah, hey, if anybody can hear me, I'm trying to figure out how to post the join link or copy the join link. I'm not seeing it exactly. Let's see if I don't think this is gonna work. Oh, how am I gonna do this here? That's not gonna be the link. It says universal link. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe just tab to show me something. Still have the same link. Damn it. Um, Settings. Oh, there's an invite. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, so I see an invite thing. Maybe that'll work. There we go. Shit. Okay, that was simple. Okay, see if it'll post here. No. Alright, let me open up the YouTube channel. Slide this over. Open up the YouTube. Go to my channel. There we go. Let's see. Channel. Go live. Okay, there we are. With I'm on an iPad, so I'm not used to this. In case anybody is listening. What the fuck, man? I can't get that fucking thing off of there. I need to paste this. Okay, there we go. Okay. If anybody's interested, come in. I'm just hanging out at a park here where I have some good internet and I wasn't doing anything, so I'm gonna close my YouTube channel on my screen anyways. So anywho, it would be, I guess one person's watching. If you want to come on in, there's a join link now. I'm just like I said, I'm just hanging out. Let's see what these things do. Okay, I guess I have to add a screen or something if I'm gonna do something. I'll just go back to the original. Why can't I make it? I'm trying to make a large screen here. Choose. Add item. That's weird. Oh, somebody's here. Cool. Vivian B, what do you know? Hey, Victor, you're muted, but can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, man?
Actually, I'm gonna stop my camera. Just, I think my internet will be better. So what's happening?
Not too much. How you been, man?
Oh, pretty good. I don't know. I want to make a call, and I had to come. I had to come someplace where they had some good internet because I don't know what's going on around my camper, but I think AT&T must be having some kind of issue. But anyway,
Is
I
it?
just drove down the road. Since I'm
Oh,
here,
right on.
I'm waiting on a call from somebody. But
Uh,
while I'm waiting, I figured I'd just get on here and see if anybody wants to come in or whatever.
right on. Like, hey, is that at your camper site? Is it like individual internet services, or is it like a
I
communal
just use my
thing?
internet. I have a AT&T modem thing,
Oh, okay, I see. I
But the
see.
problem is the place kind of sits in a hole,
Uh,
geographically.
oh, okay. So signals kind of jank.
So yeah, like the signal goes overhead. I think like
Can you get yourself like? Does it have anything you could get to get the signal, like a booster or
well,
antenna or something?
okay. I've just been I haven't had any money really to spend on like I've just had to be really careful on any extra that I spend. But yeah, I'm just now I can go buy it if I want to now. But I was gonna get 100 foot. What do you call it? Those cables. The
Like
name's
a Cat
escaping me,
five
but the
cable?
Ethernet cable
Yeah.
that goes into the modem, and I was gonna climb up like because I'm right under a tree, so I was gonna take that modem with a power cable and that cable plugged in way up on the top, to the top branches and secure it up there.
Uh huh.
Just run everything down into my camper and plug the Ethernet right into my computer. I don't know if 100 feet of cable will. I think that'll be fine, but
Yeah, that should be fine. I mean, plenty.
anyway, I think that might, if that's the issue, we're low and we're far away from the signal, or something. I think I'll get some benefit. Let's see.
Yeah, anything would help. Yeah.
Yeah. So just watching it. I was watching this two ladies play tennis for about an hour in front of me here. One of them
You
was pretty
watch
good
you
looking.
watch ladies play tennis?
Yeah, there was two girls. One's like pretty hot looking, maybe
Do they have
30 years
like
old.
short skirts and all that good jazz, like 70s
Yeah, she's
style?
got a yeah, she's got a white top on, and they're both wearing like little short tennis skirts.
Nice.
They're quite a ways away. I couldn't see much of them, but it was
Uh,
kind of fun watching them. They're
you
just
probably
being
get up
goofy.
there. They're like geriatric. They're like in their 70s.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about that. What's so? What do you? How's everything go? Is the weather hot there now?
No, it's not too bad today. A little was a little humid yesterday, but today's kind of mild. It had some rain pass through last night, so it cooled it down.
Cool. Yeah, we had some rain too this morning. Or yeah, I don't know,
Where you
Piney
at
Creek.
again?
I'm in Tennessee,
That's right, Tennessee. Yeah.
just on the other side of Nashville from your direction, sort of like I'm
Okay,
I'm
that's not too
east of
far from me.
Nashville. I'm actually in. There's a line like if there's a line between Chattanooga and Knoxville that goes like
Mm.
northeast, and from the south to the north. It would be going northeast.
Uh-huh.
Like anyways, I'm right in the middle between Knoxville and Chattanooga. Like in that line, there's a highway that kind of goes between them.
Yeah, it's like all the like redneck hillbilly lingo, Chattanooga, Knoxville.
Right?
Yeah, it's like Tennessee. Well, gee golly,
Tennessee.
oh, let me get my leather vest on, my cowboy hat, and join you there.
I mean, I never thought I'd be living on in a camper down by the river in Tennessee, but here I am.
Well, you get some good catfishing down there.
Oh man, there's all kinds of people love to fish. I mean, that's all they do around here is shit like
Yeah.
that.
Oh man, I know they're like,
Nobody fucking work. Nobody fucking works. That's for sure.
like
Fuck.
I got myself a 14-footer with the Mercury 40 horsepower on it. I paid only like
Yeah,
$95,000
the
for
big
it. I'm
talk.
like,
Yeah, the big talk around the coffee
yeah,
shop is about the pontoon boats, or some
right.
shit.
I'm surprised at how much they pay for these like simple boats. I'm like, you pay like freaking like $12,000 for a fucking metal shell and its motor. I'm like, Jesus
Right?
Christ.
That's I don't know. I mean, you got to be loaded. Uh,
Or just not either loaded or not so loaded in the mind. As I ran at one guy's like he'll buy a Harley one year, get it repoed, and then buy a boat the next year, get it repoed. Thinking he
what
could
the?
afford this. Yeah,
Reminds me of Richard when he said that he got his motorcycle and then moved immediately from the address that they had.
my
That the
bike
collect.
now, motherfucker.
Yeah. Good luck sending me the bill.
Oh man.
If I can't see it, I don't know about it. Funny.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew people like that, but in like a different way. Like my buddy called me up. He goes, "Hey man, you want me to go help me get this motor and some wheels off a Volkswagen?" I was like, "Oh, well, I guess I could." Well, he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "What'd you do? How much you pay for it?" He goes, "Oh no, no,
No,
the
no,
guy's
I'm
in
I'm
jail."
just gonna
Yeah, the
pull up.
guy.
I need a lookout. I need a
Yeah,
lookout
no, the
or
guy
some
goes,
shit.
no, he's all, no, he goes, no, he's a friend of mine. He's in prison. He got like 6 to 10 years.
Oh.
And his girlfriend said it's cool if I take it. I'm like, oh, fuck that noise. I'm not gonna get up in that shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, nope. Count me
That's
out.
all you. That's all you need for the popo to come by while
Yeah,
he's fucking borrowing the fucking engine.
right. Exactly. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I thought maybe St. Tommy might be around. I don't
He
know. I
might
haven't
be.
seen him
I don't
anywhere.
know. He might be around. I was gonna do one earlier, like a little live thingy, and see where that went. But I didn't get a chance to get a little busy in the morning.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I just had the knack lately to get out. Like this is my third live stream I've done probably in years.
Oh, right on, dude. I did like two in the last, like, I don't know how long, but I mean, I didn't have any guests or anything. I just did that little beat making thing.
I know. I always just see your little clips you post.
Yeah, just little beats I make for fun. I get on,
Yeah,
you
those are fun.
bored. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I figured why not.
I can't remember when Brojo said that concert thing was going on. That wasn't like this weekend, was it?
I
With
have no idea
where
what kind of
Frank was
concert
in?
is it. Like, is it like a '80s
Some
thing or
'80s fucking bullshit group of bands or something. That
like some like cover bands or like real
like cover.
'80s.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
let's go see White
no,
fucking. Hey, let's
I
go see
think
White Snake. Yeah, I can't wait to go see a Poison cover band. That's my fucking dream. That's good.
no, these aren't cover bands. I
I'm
think
just
they're
joking.
just old. They're bands from the '80s that are old.
Like, okay, like real like good bands or like obscure bands never heard of. Like,
I think there's the one. I think there's a main band that he's looking at. Why he's going. I
oh,
forget it
okay.
though. So
I know he's
there's
a big
some kind
Depeche
of name
Mode fan, right?
like Depeche Mode or
Yeah,
some
he's
shit.
a big Depeche
I
Mode.
don't I don't think
Yeah,
it's Depeche Mode though. I don't. I
I
think it's
don't
some other.
know. I don't know, but you can't beat Duran Duran. I mean, Duran Duran is way better than Depeche Mode in the '80s any day. I would say.
I didn't listen to either of them very much, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I mean, I would have been into like maybe Nirvana and Green Day or shit like that. I don't know, but
Yeah, I remember Nirvana. I had their album. Yeah, their albums when they came out. That's like when I was into that kind of stuff. At that time, I was I'm thinking like it was Pearl Jam, Stone Temple
yeah,
Pilots, but I'm thinking like before that because they're like early '90s, right? They're like '90s, I think. So like, I'm thinking like, what was I listening to? in the 80s, and they had a 91X was a radio station out there in San Diego. So they would have played Depeche Mode a lot sometimes, and then they would play a lot of like their old
98X, you said?
91X.
Oh, 91X. Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's like San
remember that.
Diego. It's like a FM radio station that would play alternative and rock music, and they'll play like more than just like they had classic rock. Remember they had 101.5 classic rock FM.
I,
Then it
I
had
just remember some of the LA stations. I guess I'm
right.
not familiar with the San Diego ones.
And they had like 73.3, no 71.3. I think was like a country KSON classic country or something.
Wasn't there like K Rock or something? Was like a big LA station or some shit like that?
Yeah, they had an LA station that was pretty popular. I didn't listen to it too much because they played a lot of they got like really, I don't know how to say it, like r- rap music, but a
Yeah,
lot of like R&B rap stuff. And that wasn't my. I mean, it was okay, like Belle Biv DeVoe kind of stuff, right? That junk.
yeah. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I remember hearing, uh, a good mix, a good amount of metal being played on it,
Oh,
more than
maybe I'm thinking
more
different
than I
then.
care for. But
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking different then. The one I'm thinking about is like a lot of R&B and that stuff, like Keith Sweat
oh
stuff. They'll play like the same repetitive stuff over and over, and
man,
like
I love
booty rock.
California. That's a beautiful state, but I wouldn't want to live there now. It's so
I
fucking
mean, unless you're like a billionaire and you get a real nice chunk of land and you get security and stuff like that right
right.
next to the beach, it'd be worth it.
That
But
would
other
be
than
fine if
that,
you're
it's
fucking
yeah.
Zuckerberg and build yourself a fucking compound.
I know it, man. It's like yeah, 'cause I mean, I was like born and raised right there, just
I
a
know.
couple of stones throw away from the ocean, and it's like all crap now, and yeah.
And I guess I'm. You should be glad that it was pretty decent when you grew up. Still,
Well, it's been decent for the longest time. It's just isn't until recently. I remember when we came out to the shop, it wasn't that bad when you're hanging out there, right?
But just imagine if you could transport back and just
Like
grow up
well,
in your same environment, but it's the 50s, and there would be hardly. I mean, there'd be so much that wasn't there.
yeah, like no
There now.
Filipinos. Half the Mexicans be gone too. Huh? That'd be cool. It'd be so clean, dude. They'd be like, yeah, I can ride my bike down the street, and they're like, they
Yeah.
keep the black kids on that side of the track. They gonna fucking take my bike this time. Watch.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it happened to me twice, so I can say it. Well, actually,
Oh,
technically three times because the black dude took two of my bikes and one jumped me for one, but the other guy took two of them. So three bikes, two black guys. Weird numbers, but yeah.
it was funny. Did you see that little clip from the Hodge
Huh.
twins and Fresh and Fit? I just
Uh,
watched a little short about it, but it was funny. 2 minutes. They're just clowning around, but he got to the point about I'm good with fucking banging whores and all that, but man, come on, dude, I ain't gonna bust my nut in one.
I like the Hodge twins. They're pretty funny.
They
I don't
are
watch
fucking
Fresh and
funny.
Fit too much. It's kind of too gay for me.
I
The dude with
don't.
the
Yeah,
dreads, it
I
comes
don't.
off a little like fruity,
That.
He has like
Besides,
that. Oh, he has that like oh stop it kind of like gay fruity attitude. I see
look,
in his
that
eyes.
fucking
He
his
kind of kissed me or
sidekick,
something.
the fat sidekick, is like, it's like he's not interesting in the lead. Like, he's not smart. He's just. I
I don't
mean,
know. It seems kind
you
of
could
weird
just
to
put
me. It
anybody
seems
there and he'd
yeah.
be better than
But he's off-putting to me. I can't. I don't like looking at him. It just throws me off. It's almost like looking at like I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
some weirdo.
I did kind of get a kick of that. The smaller guy on his rant the other day defending his buddy, man,
Oh, I didn't see that.
he was pulling an ironic,
I
man,
oh
running out of breath at trying to get every word out before he runs out of breath while he's like yelling it out, like calling
I
these bitches out.
I like the Hodge twins because they're like self-haters. Like they like always talk shit about
Yeah, they're
black
very
people. Like, oh, guy, I
self-deprecating.
got a Negro. He was like funny as hell. Like if you ever watch, Mikey leave comments on there sometimes, and
Oh,
I
you
try to
do?
like top. Yeah, I try to top their racist stuff on there.
Oh, okay. That I'll have to look for that.
Once in a while, like if it's really funny, I'll leave a comment on there. They had like one about racist cartoons, and then I left a comment on there something like my favorite one is when they have like Bugs Bunny in blackface, and he's like, "Yes, I'm master. Yes, I'm master,"
Oh,
and I put that in there in quotes.
yeah. Those are old ones. Yeah.
hmm
That's funny as shit, man. Yeah, I still remember in the town I grew up in, we had a Sambo's restaurant.
Sambo's.
It was like a Denny's. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard of them. I never been to one. Or I mean, I just seen how like it was some stupid some kind of like sideways document. I don't know what it was. Some kind of leftist documentary thing I was watching. There was like, and then they had restaurants called Sambo's where they exploited the black men and had them fight in the streets for money and. You know, had them build the White House and polish Nancy Reagan's shoes. You know, they go way overboard. It's like, you know, and Thomas Jefferson was black, didn't you know? And
Oh my gosh, yeah.
it's funny to watch that stuff because a lot of the stuff they show is totally the opposite and funny. It's really is funny to watch the stuff they talk about in those leftist like comedy or news shows because they're not funny. It's I leave comments on there too. It's like this is not funny at all. You know, it's just
Oh, well that's been a problem for a while now. Like, a mainstream comedy that,
mm-hmm,
they can't, there's so many lines they can't cross.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And or
I
they
know.
won't put it that, they won't cross, and you can't be funny
It,
if you're not going to cross those lines,
I know it's dumb. I mean, you okay? I can't make a joke about a gay guy messing up his mascara, right? And or something like that.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But a
Exactly.
gay guy could make a joke about him messing up his mascara. I don't get it. Comedy should be comedy.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird when there's rules like that. It's like, who the fuck knows how, you got to be too careful, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just it's gotten out of control. The opposite way of out of control. Now it's way out of
But
control. It's
then,
just
but it, actually, then you actually like, I'm thinking of like someone like Jimmy Kimmel, who that fucker, he gets a pass on
well,
all the fucking
yeah,
bullshit he did on,
yeah, with a man show.
yeah,
Yeah,
all
it's
the women,
you know
the
why,
what do you
right?
call it? Well,
You
because
know
he's a
why?
card carrying member of the left. That's why.
Not only that, man, he's in it with Hollywood. He's in it with Hollywood. He's Oprah's friend, and Oprah is,
Well, that's what I mean. It's who you know. He's in the
Oprah is
in
like,
group, so.
she's over there trafficking people too, man. She don't give a shit. She's in it for the money. She's
Oh
just
my gosh, I wonder.
what
Yeah, if I'm just saying, if
true.
yeah, I bet if people could only knew what Oprah has been, she got a lot of money, man. You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
mean, the way she's like, who's is she involved with? She's involved with like Weinstein. And what noticed, I'm what got me about Oprah is when I watched Dave Chappelle when he went on her show and told her, "Damn, Oprah, I had to go to Africa. I went to Africa." And Oprah looked at him kind of funny. He goes, "Hollywood's crazy, Oprah. They're gonna get you. They're gonna make you wear a dress. Oprah, don't do it." Oprah's like, "Well, it's really not that bad, Dave. If you just, want the money and everything be fine." He looked at her like, "Oh shit, this bitch is one of them." He saw it. He was like, "Oh shit." He
Really,
like, "Yo, yeah, man, you
really.
could see it. You ever seen that
I'm
little
gonna have to
interview?
watch that clip.
Oh, there's all kinds of crazy shit going down, man. Yeah, it's funny."
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it right there. I was like, "Oh man, that bitch is, she's in deep. She's like the Bob Hope, she's like the black Bob Hope bitch of the
Okay, you're right.
industry."
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's a good parallelism there.
Yeah, man, it's
Bob
like all
Hope,
fucking hungry,
the way he was.
Hollywood freaking wolves, man.
I mean, Bob Hope was an untouchable. Like, he had a
No,
very
yeah.
good reputation, but what if that fucker was a devious fuck?
Well, the Stanley Kubrick made that movie Eyes Wide Shut. That's all about that whole, Hollywood elite Illuminati thing, and he got, a lot of. I guess it's one of the movies he was able to make under his contract where he has like no holds barred. He could do whatever he wants, and it was his last movie, and he did die after that movie. And in that movie,
Oh,
it
yeah.
represents what kind of goes on in those, Hollywood parties where they get the newcomer and they, get him in their twisted lies of,
Right.
um, and in there, that one of the masks in there, if you look at it, is very much so predominantly Bob Hope's face, his figure. If you look at his
Oh,
shape, yeah, and there's a lot of
all you got to
weird
do is
shit.
pick up that basic nose shape, and
Well,
it'll
that was
be
his
Bob
logo. That
Hope.
was Bob Hope's little signature logo too for his shows. That little nose thing,
Right.
yeah, little
That
drawing.
facial little
Yeah.
side portrait
Yeah,
sketch.
when I was a kid, I liked watching that old because I mean there was nothing to watch really as far as comedy when you're a kid. So I caught a lot of PBS, and there was a lot of
Red
like the
Skelton,
old
maybe.
right,
Or
yeah, Red Skelton, freaking Bob Hope show. The
A little later, Flip Wilson, you could hear maybe once in a while.
Exactly, like also like a catch, you know. That then they started showing a lot of the British comedy shows. I started catching those.
I did watch a really funny Flip Wilson skit the other night. Man, that it was really. I mean, I don't. He's not the greatest comic or anything,
I mean,
but
for his time, I mean, they're all
it's
pretty like
fun.
generational too. I mean, for their time, they're something you haven't heard before. It was like, whoa, he said that on
Absolutely,
TV.
yeah,
It was different.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, now it's got played out, and then new things come out. So I mean, for its time, I could if it's genuine, you get
Here
like
come
a
the judge.
right. Yeah, I mean, you'll still
Was
get
it
your little chuckle when you hear something like that.
Geraldine? Geraldine,
Mhm.
here come the judge. No, I mean because he make up as that. Didn't he make up as a woman named Geraldine? I think.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he was pretty funny.
I can't remember too much of it.
Yeah, because I remember like laughing was really big when I was like a young teenager.
Hmm.
Laughing and what's the country version of it? Hee haw.
Oh, Hee Haw. I remember Hee Haw quite well. Like when I was watching PBS, they're phasing out that stuff. They're bringing in like the other things, like not Hee Haw was people. Maybe it was on PBS.
I was gonna say I don't know if like I don't remember those shows being on PBS.
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to remember because when I was a kid, we didn't have cable at all until it got to a certain point, and then we were watching
Because
other
we
shows. But
we it would have been
yeah,
on a
I
network
was.
show. It was like CBS, ABC, or NBC. I forget which one.
Yeah, I remember. Maybe I would go to my friend's house to watch cable TV when I was a
I think
kid.
it was ABC maybe, but so you remember the Laugh-In though, right? That show with Rowan Martin and Dick.
Not too
Dick.
much. Not really.
It
Not too
was
much. No.
Rowan and Martin was a team. Yeah, they were. I mean, I didn't know those guys. This Rowan and Martin guys that were kind of hosted the show.
Uh,
They were pop. They were sort of popular in the 50s or something, and then it
yeah.
was like into like 1970 or something, and these guys are hosting this silly show with Goldie Hawn and all those people. What's
I'm
her
trying to
name?
remember the other duo they had. They both played
Who
instruments.
played Edith?
The
Who
Smothers
was the
Brothers.
actor?
I remember the Smothers Brothers show.
Lily Tomlin though made her you know
Is that what
made
she made
her
her debut on?
sort of. I mean that show has kind of brought her to fame.
Okay.
I can Artie something, a small little guy. He had a mustache, wore glasses. He'd always like be playing a scientist or some fucking Nazi or some shit.
Nazis always make me laugh. It
Well, he
feels like they're
reminds
saying hello to you.
one cartoon I always liked. I bet you did too. Was the Bullwinkle ones where
Oh,
with
Rocky
all,
and Bullwinkle.
but not only them, but the other ones that surrounded like that came with that. Like the professor dog or in the boy or something or it
Oh
was a
yeah, that
dog
was a
that
point.
wore
That no,
glasses.
I want to say what was it? It was the kid's name Billy or something. It was and the dog was like Poindexter. I can't remember
I
what it
think it was
was.
Poindexter. I think it was Point, but
They
I
would
can.
like go different. Well, let's go find out, and they would like go different places or locations and visit different
Yeah,
times,
whatever.
right?
And I like the original Secret Squirrel.
I
That
mean,
was
I remember
fun.
that. Yeah.
But
Just go.
probably my favorite one of all time from like when I was younger was Felix the Cat.
Hmm.
I loved watching
I don't
Felix the
remember too
Cat
much of Felix the Cat. It was like a black and white thing,
with
right? I
his
remember,
yeah with his
yeah.
magic bag. Well, this is
Yeah.
what I mean. I was in like if you're 5 and 6 watching cartoons, they're like, fuck, this is awesome. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're like, this is badass entertainment here.
When I was 5 or 6, I was like Bugs Bunny was a lot of reruns of like that stuff, Merry Melodies and some
Well,
Hanna
like,
Barbera. Then GI
but
Joe,
now it
GI
look,
Joe came out when I was
I
like
when I
in
was
third
6, it was
grade.
1965. So keep that in mind.
Let's see, when I was 6, it was 1981.
Okay, yeah. See a big
A
difference.
20-year difference. Old man.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm glad I feel pretty
like,
good.
like Sanford.
I thought I'd be pudgy or some shit by this time, but I just kept my thin weight all throughout my fucking life, I guess. And I don't do anything.
Jackrabbit. You
I just
freaking.
eat. I eat anything I want, and
Yeah.
I'm not it's not
With
that
them little
I'm not
crackhead babies, you give them all the cake you want, they don't get any weight. They all on crack. Hey, they just work
and
it
I
all
mean,
out.
I am very active, so it might just be my active
That has probably a
metabolism.
lot to do with it. I bet.
I mean, people kind of really they notice because they look at me and they can tell I'm old. You know, I'm kind of old, but I don't act. You know, sometimes when I'm doing something like, you know, like loading up a car with several loads, you know, like I'm quick. You know, I'm like boom, 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 boom. You know, just like
Yeah, they're like,
whatever.
hey,
You
that
know,
guy, old man's working really hard.
I ain't this guy. You know, you know, couple
Yeah, like all
seconds at
shaky
it,
or something, like grandpa.
shuffling between the car and the
Yeah.
pile. You know,
That was a
like
funny
oh,
thing, man. I was like hilarious. I did that to my dad because my dad, you know, he had I don't know what it is, but I don't know something happened to him. You know, maybe it was a cancer or something.
mm.
But he was just trying to drag this box across the yard. He was just looking like so fucking pathetic. I was like, damn, that box got to weigh like 100 fucking pounds. You know, 100 like at least 200 pounds weighs dragging that fucking thing. And I go
I
out
see.
there, huh?
I'm sorry. I just noticed all these comments in the side. I'm like, what
It's
the?
Jill. I told you. Jill saying hello to you.
Jill, hi Jill. Why don't you come in, man?
Dun, 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 dun,
I don't. I think the
dun.
link
He could be
should
like
still.
Lamont.
Yeah,
You
link's
could be
still
like
there.
Fred Sanford, and Jill could be like your Lamont.
Oh, I could. He's like, I, I
I'll be
just saw him.
Grady. I'll be Grady. You big dummies.
Jill, how long you been
Why
singing?
don't I come in? I'm backstage. Like, what
Hey,
do
you
you
I
big
mean?
know.
Why
dummy.
don't I
I was
come
just.
in?
What's up, Jill?
I was. Well, I
What
just
are you
thought.
doing? Like, your God didn't tell you? Oh, that's right. Your God's not omniscient. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he
He
didn't know
didn't know.
either.
Yeah,
He didn't get the news yet. You know.
he wasn't logged in, so
Exactly. His
he,
internet was
he said,
sketchy. Hey, it's a long way to get the signal, you know, up
"I
there.
was in here. I was in here for about a half hour almost
Oh shit. I'm sorry,
backstage.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, that
That's all right.
sucks.
I'm actually still at work. I'm about to get off, but
Well, whenever I'm online on streams, I don't pay attention half the
I
time
can
to the
tell,
stream.
man.
Yeah.
I was saying in the chat, I was saying it's like you're having a phone conversation one on one. It's just like I
Oh
can picture
God.
Ironic laying
AT&T
down,
commercial.
like laid back in the sun, like on the phone. He's not even looking at this. Oh, he's in his car. Okay,
There's
I
some
think
ladies.
you were somewhere relaxing.
I had to come away from my place for my internet is really down right now, and I needed to get on this good cell
Were you at
signal.
McDonald's or something?
While I was waiting, I was figured I'd do this. So, yeah.
I just started putting random things, copying and pasting random facts. You might enjoy them if you take a look at them.
Yeah,
You don't.
Well,
You
I
might
see
not
all
want to
the
post them, however.
faces. Yeah, I
No,
see
no,
the.
I'm talking about in the private chat. I put some
Okay.
information about the we'll say
Oh, okay.
the
You
2020.
wanna talk about some of this stuff? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no, no. I don't want to get your channel shut down, but
Okay. Democrats tried to use coronavirus in the courts to legalize ballot harvesting, implementing a nationwide mail-in. But yeah,
can't say
absolutely.
that.
Just did.
Yeah. If this is about election fraud, of course they fucking stole it.
Yeah, I'll put this one in the side chat. You can post this one if you want. This is a fact. This is from the New York Times.
I don't. I'm not gonna bother posting anything like
Oh,
that.
okay.
If you want to share a video, that'd be fine.
No, I'm not. No, that's even worse. The videos, that's really what they'll shut down. Because when you
Yeah,
start giving, when you give people information in a book or in text, they're not too concerned about that because that doesn't affect certain populations because the literacy rate. So, but when you start putting things in videos, that's when they come after your channel.
Hey, Jill, poor kids are
Yeah.
just as smart as white kids.
They sure are.
Not really. Statistics show that they're not.
So, what did someone say? If you wanted to keep information away from a black man, put it in a book.
Oh my God! I'll let you and Victor talk about that.
Well,
shit.
there's always that punchline. Just hide it in their work boots. Yeah.
That's what I want. I'm just like, yeah.
No, because they could be Timberlands.
Oh, right
So
nowadays, yeah.
no, that don't work
They're
anymore.
gonna sport them just for fun, work or
Oh,
not.
they just
They
kick
fly
they
in
just
these.
kick around in the Timberlands as part of
Go-
their
You don't.
low hanging shorts.
You can't work in them because you don't want to
Vortex.
scuff them up. You gotta keep them clean. You know, you gotta go clubbing in them.
I was on Vaughn's channel. You want? I was on Vaughn's channel the other day and we were talking about the riots. Let me see if I can find that video. I'll share that.
Which riots?
Oh, this was a long time ago.
Like suit
But
riots,
they
LA
were-
riots, Watts.
I know, no, it wasn't that long ago, but
Oh, like
there were some riots that took place in New York, and I never posted this to my channel, but I clipped it from Vaughn's channel, and I thought it was just kind of funny. But I can't find it, so
if you come across it, put it in there.
yeah. But Vaughn, he does his streams on. He starts his stream on YouTube, and then he says, "Everyone, we're going to Rumble." And he shuts the stream down after like 20 minutes on YouTube.
Straight to Rumble.
Hey, because he always winds up saying, "Hey, I can't." He always winds up wanting to talk about something that he can't talk about, and I'm like,
Right.
dude, why don't you just start on Rumble? Like, you know, you're gonna want to say something important or something that that someone's not gonna like,
Right.
or some fact. But just start it on Rumble.
Especially get political or
Yeah, right.
Real
Anything
touchy.
like,
They get real touchy around YouTube.
oh yeah, especially around election time.
It's funny, man, because they're even blurry now. Like, they blur out things in reality. They've been blurring things out in like television shows and clips like that. Like it's real or something. Who are they trying to scare? It's ridiculous. Oh,
They'll blur out Jesus, but they won't blur out anything else.
yeah. Right.
Let me see if I can find that video. I think I'm gonna post it to my channel just to see how many views it gets.
Like more rainbows only works in like Lucky Charms, or marshmallows and that shit.
You never seen a real rainbow?
Well, I'm talking like like marshmallow or any like glitter added on the shit. As far as I guess gay. You want more rainbows on YouTube.
Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow Bright.
Oh, here it is.
That's old school. It's like 88. Man, my sister worked at Taco Bell during the Rainbow Bright craze, and they were giving away like those sprites, those little, I guess some Rainbow Bright characters or something, come in different colors. And they're giving away at Taco Bell, and her and her friend were like stealing them by the fucking box loads and selling them.
Sell them right outside, right outside the Taco Bell. That's what they're doing.
I have no idea. I know the bitches just
They're
had
stealing-
a couple boxes of them, and they're just selling them around.
Yeah, they're stealing from the Rite Aid and setting up shop right outside of the Rite Aid, right down the street from the Rite Aid.
Much, yeah, man.
The same products that were in the Rite Aid that they
much
just
are those
stole.
Nikes?
For cheaper, of course, for a cheaper price. I ran to share my screen before I leave.
I don't know if they stole them or not. They were kind of hoarse. They probably got them for blowing the manager or something. I don't know. They had a couple
Yeah.
boxes of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is New York.
New York City, yeah.
Over like a free Xbox.
A free Xbox.
This
Look at the blacks.
is gonna burn down. Yeah, there you go. Smash the car. There you go.
Sorry for whose car,
There you
what
go.
car that is. I feel
I
sorry.
used to hang out a lot of units where I was right by where my school
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Holy
dude,
crap.
he had to pull his pants up.
There was a rapper.
They're giving away a free. They're giving away a free Xbox.
Well, it was really the rapper that they were coming to see. It was a famous rapper who came and gave away some free Xbox consoles, and basically everyone showed up. All the blacks showed up, and then of course, you know what happened.
Of course, because someone got an
It
Xbox.
generates.
They have an Xbox, and they're gonna jump him for the Xbox, and
Pause it real
it
quick.
Yeah.
caused like a big riot because of free stuff. And then,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you know what happens when you have more than 5 blacks in a.
Your
said
cousin
that,
is
Hang
Emmanuel.
a-
on,
I
Jason
didn't. You said
Alexander.
that
That's
shit.
like a
True,
normal
man.
thing. You go to a concert or
True.
something, you get free stuff. I remember going to see a wrestling event.
New York wants to bring him up on charges. The rapper for starting
Oh,
inciting a riot. Yeah, they've
Yeah.
already. They've already. I don't know if they've arrested him, but he might have turned himself in.
you know why the blacks are all mad, right?
Yeah. Which ones?
All of them. They're probably pissed off because they're giving away Xboxes. We all know that the Negroes love fucking PlayStations, man. They're like, what's Xbox shit?
That's racist.
I got a
That's
PlayStation
racist.
account. My girlfriend just bought me the fucking, play card, man. Give me this shit.
That Xbox is racist. You know that, right?
The Xbox is racist?
Yeah. They're culturally appropriating Malcolm X. It's cultural
I
appropriation.
see.
Yeah, it's cultural appropriation. Racist.
I remember the first Xbox was like a big black brick, like a big black box, big
Yeah, I had the
all that.
first. No,
Yeah,
I had the
same
first
here.
PlayStation.
Oh, the PlayStation. I had the first Xbox, see?
No, I never.
Black kids always like PlayStation, told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, white kids
Yeah.
is Xbox. Yeah,
No, yeah, black kids love PlayStation.
I think
man.
PlayStation was cheaper. That's why.
I don't know what it was. I think it was like
It was cheaper. It was.
yeah, but the PlayStation was cheaper. That's why.
It
'Cause you
was,
get the,
yeah.
the PlayStation, all the games cheap. I remember all the black and Mexican kids always have it. He goes, hey man, I was like, I got an Xbox. They say, you got a job. I say, you're right. They know you got a job if you have a fucking Xbox or a Dreamcast. I had like Sega Dreamcast. So I got
Yeah.
a job because that's just expensive.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Sega Dreamcast. Yes, that
Okay.
was expensive. That was.
I had that one. I had the Sega. Yep. I always had a job though. So I had to
that
show them
was
up,
fun.
Some,
And you really had money if you had both.
oh yeah, dude.
If you had Xbox and Dreamcast, you would never have Xbox and PlayStation. You would have Xbox
man.
and Dreamcast,
I
or
was a-
you would have
well,
PlayStation and Sega Dreamcast.
I was a video game nerd, so I had the Atari 2600, the 7800.
Oh no, you going way back. You
I
going way
had
back.
all the Segas, the fucking Saturn. I didn't like PlayStation too much. I didn't like the controls on it. They're like very like.
I had
weird,
PS2.
you know?
I had PS1, PS2, PS3.
I had the PS1, and then and my kid has the newest PlayStation. He has all the shit now. He's got it all set up. He's got like the newest.
I don't know what this one is. Is this 4 that I got? Which one is out now?
I have no. My son got the newest one. Hey, Junior.
Yeah, this is 4. I got 4
okay,
now.
is that the newest
Yeah.
one?
No, the newest one is 5.
All right, so this little fucker got the 5 then, because I know he.
Oh man, yeah, he's rich.
Oh yeah, he was little fool, just fucking in between jobs right now. You know what I mean?
I gotta run. See you guys next time.
All
All right, see you, Joe. Take care.
Okay.
Nah, Jared's got a nice little setup, so he's got like a really nice computer.
Jill does?
No, Junior, my kid.
Oh, Junior does. Okay, I thought I heard Jill out of your mouth, not Junior.
I
Sorry.
was talking to Jill about like PlayStations, and my kid got one, and he has one. And I wasn't into the PlayStations too much. We're talking about video games and shit.
Yeah. Man, I'm looking at these kids, man. They're kicking a soccer ball around. It looks like, they look like high school age and they're practicing of some kind, but I can't believe how out of shape these fools are. Like,
They're all fat and blubbery.
yeah, I mean, this one, I swear it's a dude, but they kicked the ball over the fence, so he ran closer to me, but he wasn't running fast either because he's fat, but I was like, is that a woman or a guy? He's fucking man titties, dude.
What are they even doing at the park?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a school right near here
Oh.
too. I don't know. I'm in a city district here.
Oh,
so.
maybe they're forced to exercise. Maybe like get out there, fat kids, and lose some weight, you chubs.
But it's after school hours. It's like 5:30, man.
Oh, maybe they're.
I think they're
Maybe just being
team or
kids.
something. They're some kind of team or something. Maybe it's not a. There's some guys that are good. They're like, I see a guy. He's out there. Like there's one guy that can kick the ball around and move and stuff. Actually, there's maybe 2 of them. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I never played a whole lot of soccer, but I liked it. I was good at it. I had I had good wheels.
I played. Well, I played only because in school they made you play.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when I was in the foster home, they put us in the freaking YMCA during the summertime. So it's like every day we had to go
I'm
down
surprised you
there.
didn't volunteer to be the goalie, and you just
No,
let
they had
everything.
like basketball and soccer, so they're like, you gotta play. You're here. You gotta, pass the
Yeah.
time and this and that. So I took, some soccer and
Oh,
basketball.
here
Aside
comes
from
the ball again.
that's a sucky sport, man. We got a
Yeah.
trophy. I think we came in like second place or something like that.
Man, I just thought soccer was, man, it's a lot of fucking running for not much action. Like, you can run the whole game and not score, It's like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, some people just stick to their sections and just don't worry about it. But I didn't really get into it
Well,
too much.
that's,
I didn't like the game. I was just like, it was
yeah,
boring,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't my favorite game. I like football or baseball much better, or
I wasn't in
basketball.
sports really much at all. It's just I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I was pretty good basketball player when I was young.
I like shooting hoops, just like getting the basketball, go down the court, and just shooting hoops and just
I
grab the
really
ball,
like
see how I could do.
that's
Yeah,
I never really enjoyed playing team sports as much as I liked playing pickup ball in a court with friends, man. That was the
yeah,
most
stuff like
fun.
that. Just like little games like that. Just more
Three on
strategic, I
little three
guess.
on
Yeah.
three, whatever.
Mm.
You can participate as much as you want, no big deal. you know, no coach yelling at you.
I think most exercise I did was bike riding. I did a lot of fucking cycling when I was a kid.
Oh man, when we were kids, that was our
That was
transportation.
amazing. Yeah, and it was like we go miles. It wasn't just like around the neighborhood. We go to it's like 30 miles sometimes on a bike.
Man, looking back, I spent a lot of time keeping a bike going or keeping a
Mhm.
bike and keeping
Yeah,
it going, right? So funny.
cables, chains, fucking.
Inner tubes,
And
shit.
you get all like into it and stuff. Next, you're like wrapping your handlebars and getting new handlebars and seats and
Yeah,
shit.
and then the next thing you know, some black dude steals it.
Fuck man, that's the worst thing about it. It's like he didn't like fucking pay for any on that shit.
Dude, I lived at basically 8.5 mile road, which
Uh-huh.
if you know Detroit, 8 miles is the border. So
Yeah.
half mile, up from there
Mhm.
is where I live. And man,
They steal your
there'd
bike
be,
too.
I'm telling you, in the summer, there'd be all these dudes would come from Detroit side, riding their bike, one
Detroit.
bike, two of
Yeah.
them, riding double on one bike. And then you'd see them later, both riding a bike
Yep. Yeah.
back to Detroit.
Yeah. They don't give a fuck, man. They getting free bikes and shit.
I mean,
Hell.
not that white kids didn't steal just as much. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, yeah, when I was growing up, I mean, everybody's kind of like stealing from one another, but some people are more vicious at it. And neighborhoods you stood out of because, there's Mexicans in this area, so you stay out of there, they'll take your shit. And you stay out of that area because there's black people over there. And
It wasn't like that when I was young. There was still, you could leave your doors open at night pretty much. No
oh,
one.
hell,
would
you
mess
could do
with
that
it.
in my neighborhood. I was like,
Uh,
you ask it for your stereo to be taken.
Yeah, that's like a sign.
Yeah.
Steal me. Doors open.
Like I was in 8th grade when they robbed our house. I came back from school and the door was wide open, and I knew something was wrong.
Oh wow!
And I was like, something's wrong. I'm the first one home. I always am.
And there's a
should not
door
be
open.
Yeah, and then I noticed my bike was missing.
Oh
And I
shit!
peeped inside, and the stereo looked like the speaker was missing for the stereo. So I was like, yep. So I went to the neighbor's house, and I asked to call the cops from there, and a couple of, I guess they're like old gay guys or something. Because they're just like weirdos. And I finally got the cops over there. And the first thing the cops were like, like trying to fucking interrogate me on who I know and who I sold shit to. And yeah. I remember telling the
Thinking the
cops to
house is
fuck
full of
off.
stolen merchandise and some shit.
Well, I
You
was
got-
talking to the cops and I was, telling them, I said, yeah, I came back from school, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay, do you know anybody? Blah. And I was like, nope. And then they started asking me, it was like,
You should have said, you might want to talk to my little brother, though.
right? Yeah. Oh, I said, they said something like, they kind of insinuated something about me knowing somebody or telling somebody or getting money or something like that, about it. And I remember looking at this one lady cop and the dude cop right in the fucking eyes, and I was like, fuck off. And I just walked off, and that was it.
Oh, like you're pulling an insurance scam or something.
No, like I had my friends rob the place for cash or dope or something.
Right, but some people will, I guess if they will, do insurance fraud. But
No, this is the ghetto. They're thinking like I had my friends rob my own house so that we could split the shit and sell it, or I sold
And
it for dope or
and
something.
Boy, that would make a whole lot of sense for you to call the cops then. What the
Yeah.
fuck do you care if the cops showed up? If you stole the shit,
Yeah, right.
you'd be like, hey, they didn't show up. Fucking hey, cool. Sucks
it was
to be-
just some weird
sucks to be
shit.
my mom
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
It was like a weird ass neighborhood. There's a lot of weirdos there.
Sounds like it, man. Some of the stories you tell, like people making sandwiches and shit for the kids in the neighborhood.
Oh, Dorothy?
You want a sandwich?
Talking about Dorothy.
I'm rolling a cigarette.
Right on.
Man, I can't believe how anti-authoritarian I've become, or anti government, all this shit. All the powers that be.
Government?
All the powers that be that kind of run the institutions.
Uh-huh.
From the colleges to media. Fuck these bastards, man. They're fucking out of control.
They don't even know what they're doing. It looks like they don't know what they're doing half the time.
That's what I mean. Fuck, man. Just leave everyone else alone and do your fucking whatever shit you do.
Yeah. I mean, it's silly, the stuff that they allow to happen. Just that obviously shouldn't be happening, but they allow it anyway, and people don't realize what's happening.
You
until
should have
it's too
heard
late.
Alex Jones today, dude.
Hmm.
Fuck. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I just was tuned in for about 20 minutes, and he's on
Alex
X.
Jones.
He's on X now, so man, that
Uh-huh.
dude's getting an audience now.
I never really listened to Alex Jones too much, other than what they show on YouTube or what they make fun of him on.
Right, like things like
Mhm.
bait clips or whatever.
Well, only because like the conspiracy stuff is a lot of things are obvious. That wars are.
I don't.
made
He's not a
up.
conspiracy. He's not a conspiracist at all. He's just a reporter of the facts. All he does is read the shit that like the WEF or WHO or whoever the fuck they are. These are published shit. He
Yeah.
digs them
Well,
out and
He has to be careful now ever since the Sandy Hook thing. But like before that, he was-
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
but before that, he was very conspiratorial on things. And
Maybe he's changed. Like to be
he had
honest,
to change. He cost him a lot of money.
I've only been listening to him for maybe 3 years at the most.
Yeah. Like the super right wing stuff, if it goes too far, it gets just as silly as a super left wing. Like
Oh,
they'll
definitely.
start like calling each other devils and
No, the ones that I think are like total idiots are these guys that follow this Q nonsense, where there's this big conspiracy that no, Trump's really in charge, man. Like it's we're having to do with military shit and things like that. Like this was very prevalent during the 2020 dispute and all that, right? Because with all the and it's like I don't know how people swallow some of this stuff.
Well, it gets really weird because some, will call others. Okay, well, some will get their stuff confused. Like I was in a hangout, and one guy was in there, and he was going on about the liberal this and liberal that, and I was like, I had a question. I was like, well, you just mentioned this and this. This goes with No Child Left Behind. If you're talking about the dumbing down of America, I said, now who started that?
Yeah. Whose was that? Bush's.
Right, exactly. But he didn't say Bush. He said it was Clinton's.
Oh, he's full of shit.
That was Clinton, and I was like, no, that was Bush. He goes, no, that was Clinton. That was Clinton. He's so far gone, he'll defend it, and to blame somebody else. He's not even doesn't have his facts right.
Well,
and he'll defend it. Yeah.
That's you can tell that guy's a partisan. You can't, like you can't let the fact that you're partisan. He's on your side. I don't understand that where you shield that guy from, the dirt or whatever because he's on your team.
Each side, they'll protect each other, and they'll protect each other's.
I mean, when it comes to politicians, hasn't everyone realized they're all out to fuck us? They're both sides are out just to fuck us.
Well, they're human beings, and they're just out. They're out. Okay, they're human beings, right? They're opportunists by nature, and their main initial goal is to take care of themselves and their own. I like Greens is out there. Hey, Greens.
But
The sire and somebody
look
else.
at my, my heart behind running. Even contemplating running for Congress. It was because I would consider myself a fucking patriot, and I care about America, and I'm not gonna be fucking taking lobbyist dollars and selling out. Like, why aren't there more people like that? There's got to be more people like me that aren't total sellouts.
Well, people are born into money, and they don't want to lose it. It's like losing everything to them sometimes, and that's part of the program. That's what they're born and raised into doing.
That's been the big problem. The money that it takes to get elected.
Hey, Saint T, how you doing, man?
Sorry, I don't have any special side effects like I don't have a Captain Midnight thing to display for you for when you come in. Welcome anyway, St. Tom.
Thank you. Good to see y'all.
Sorry.
What's this I hear, Ironic, about there not being any good statesmen? Come on.
Well, it was hyperbolic.
Okay. I trust you're registered to vote this upcoming cycle. I trust.
I am.
Counting on you, Ironic, counting on you.
Joe Biden's counting on me too, but I don't know I don't think he's got a chance in this red state of Tennessee. I mean, but I'll give it my best.
You think President Harris will pardon him?
Well, he better hope so, because I think it's an open question whether a president can pardon himself. So he might have to step aside, and then she can pardon him. Yeah, that makes sense.
All presidents deserve full protection of the law. Yeah, none of them are above it. That's what I heard. Yeah.
Well, the joke is that Trump is not. He's not above any law. A president is subject to impeachment. That's the law. That they're not above that. But there's good reasons why you can't just. Yeah, there's good reasons why you can't allow just any state prosecutor to take a president to court. That's going to make for bad. You can't put a president in a position where when he's in office, he can be manipulated by threats from like a prosecutor threatening him. You do this, or I'll fucking sue your ass, into oblivion when you get out. That you can't be a president and under those kind of threats.
It's definitely a compromise of the separation of powers, which our great nation was graciously blessed with.
Yeah. It's got to be some kind of violation of church and state too. While we're at it.
No doubt. I consider Marxism a religion personally.
Oh hell yeah!
But that's me.
Well, that's number 5. The soccer ball coming over the fence. I'm watching these kids play soccer across the way. I'll let you see my face, St. Tommy.
Thank you, my lord. My camera's not healthy, so you won't suffer the blessing of my countenance.
Yeah, I have to look at a mad cat. It's all right.
Well, what shall we not talk about?
Yeah, who's got a subject?
Uh-huh.
Come on, Victor. There's bound to be something you don't want to talk about. Something. Yeah.
St. Tommy, do you ever listen to Alex Jones?
Once in a while, I'll see a clip of him. I understand he got his start at Waco.
Oh, Waco, huh?
Yeah, that's when he
It made his bones.
yeah, exactly. Yes. Remember Janet Reno?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well, she was a governor when I was in Arizona just before. Well, right when I first got to Arizona, but then I think Clinton took her, right?
She was hot.
All the jokes about her looking like a man, right?
Yeah. Well, she was. Well, she was admitted dyke. I mean, um, yeah. Let's see.
I don't know. The girls can get away with all kinds of gay shit. Nobody calls them gay, you know. They sit around, naked and comparing, and nobody says nothing, you know.
Well,
Gee.
that's just has to do with the fact that most women aren't into pornography and shit, and most guys don't want to watch two guys banging at it, but they're happy to watch two naked girls going at it with each other. It seems to me that's sort of what's in play mostly.
How often do they like to look at that?
As often as they do, I don't know.
Was just asking.
I mean,
solicit.
I would admit I fall into that category. If I was to, a video of two women going at like that were attractive or something like
Well,
that might, that would tempt me. That would tempt me to watch more. Like if it was two guys, I'd be, immediately like getting that shit off my screen. Like well.
Right. Sounds like a healthier version to me. Yeah. I don't look at porn anymore. I don't look at porn.
I don't either.
I look at erotic art. Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
erotic
I don't
art.
like erotic art either.
Yeah.
No, I just discovered that there's something. It's a corruption of your own person. If you get caught up in that shit, man, it's just bad news. Bad.
Well, the Stoics say it's a waste of energy, and some theists say it's a waste of good seed.
Right.
Yeah. They're different takes on the matter. Of course, it's been a controversial subject since adolescence. Yes.
Well, even the Old Testament seems to frown on somebody wasting their semen.
Recycle, swallow, baby.
I think some dude was killed because, or God judged him somehow because he, in a certain. Oh yeah, he refused to give his brother's wife a kid. Following that law about.
Oh yeah.
Marrying.
Uh-huh.
And then somehow he ended up getting killed. Ostensibly because he didn't. Because he pulled out and ejaculated on the ground, or
Oh. Well, if I had a sister-in-law, I hope I would be quick to volunteer. I hope.
If you had a sister-in-law as ugly as mine,
Hey.
you'd probably understand.
Hey, you can see where in a community like that, the family has a big say in who you fucking marry.
Yeah.
It's like, you ain't marrying her. No way.
I don't need any more child support.
I ain't gonna get killed for not fucking her, and I ain't gonna fuck her. So.
But I like this cousin more.
Rachel and Leah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Family will pull a fast one. Oh yeah. Or was it Rachel and Rebecca? I can never remember. Who was Jacob's first love?
Yeah, Rachel and Leah. You were right, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sex, man. It's
7 years of working for Rachel seemed like but a few days.
Bible sex. How about Lot's?
The love was so great.
How about Lot's daughters? Weren't they a frisky bunch?
right?
They were like nymphos or something.
They just had good vision.
It's funny how they were ovulating at the same time.
I hear that's not uncommon, but I've never had more than one sister at a time, so I couldn't really say actually. But
Well, you had a daughter and a mother in the same house.
yes, I'm a motherfucker, but I didn't keep up with my daughter's personal cycles. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So what's been going on? Are you back in with Brojo and the gang?
No, I haven't been in there. I'm not allowed.
I thought that you could take a joke very honorably. I know you were the brunt of jokes, but I thought
this would have nothing to do with joking.
Oh, I
This is like,
understand.
serious shit as far as I'm concerned.
I understand.
I mean, I'm
Your
not gonna say,
your boundaries, your
I don't wanna make-
boundaries, your boundaries and expectations are very refined. I've noticed.
well,
Yes.
I just have standards I hold to, and
Oh, those two, yeah.
or principles, I guess.
And principles, yes.
They seem to. I mean, they serve me in a sense that it leaves me content with myself and able to live with myself. Which and good standing with God as far as I understand it. So
That must be a
if I can
drag.
get anything above that, that'd be nice. But
I personally find it a pain to ingratiate myself to God. It's a lot of work.
I don't find it any work at all.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's like like whenever I'm in love with a woman, anything I do for them, it's not work. It's just like I enjoy it, serving the one I love. I mean, that's just how I'm wired, I guess.
I think estrogen is the best aftershave. How about you, Victor?
Yeah, she's a little girly, but I guess if it, nullifies the situation, sometimes I guess
It's the applicator. The secret's in the applicator.
I was gonna,
quick release.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all get it applied to your face. Is that what you're saying?
You remember Aquavelva? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember Pearl Drops tooth polish?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It was
no.
like a liquidy toothpaste. It was like the catch. Pearl Drops.
It looked like you know what.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, what's so funny is in Arizona, I made, and I don't know how many trips Victor might have made. Victor, did you ever see that Zips gas station? It's in between Phoenix and the border going towards California. It's like at the 45-mile marker.
I'm pretty sure I might have passed it several times. Which one?
I mean, it's sort of a place that most people, if they made 10 or so trips, in their life, they probably would have stopped there maybe, just because it's a really, they had it's a good station, truck stop.
It's in Arizona?
Yeah, it's in Arizona. Anyways, I was just going to say, they had this,
I passed it many times.
they redid. Okay, so I would always stop in there when I was crossing, just to take a leak or whatever. But they remodeled the bathrooms at this one time, and they had these faucets where, everyone knows the faucets where you put your hands under and then, it pours out, whatever.
Yeah,
but they actually, and I hadn't seen this before, they had these soap dispensers that and it was almost shaped like a phallic thing.
Okay.
And you put your hand under there, and it would go. It was like
that's funny.
It would like do 3 or 4 little shots, and it was
gay.
like fucking. I was like, unbelievable! I can't fucking believe this is. I mean, you can't.
You know,
There's a company couldn't come out with that product without knowing that.
if somebody had a sense of humor, they put a condom on it. Just,
Exactly.
Wow. The things you see at truck stops in Arizona,
Yeah.
man.
all
Wow.
right, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's funny. But anyway,
A
it
couple
just
through there a
couldn't
couple
help but
times
remind me of
in
that.
Arizona. Many times. It's weird shit.
And see, here's another thing I think is pretty sick that I've witnessed before, where like these girls that do live streams or whatever, these whatever. Trying to think of that,
OnlyFans.
like OnlyFans
OnlyFans.
people, right? Like those kind of women.
Yeah.
They're always getting men are always sending them comments, or I mean, they'll send pictures of the guys who have with semen all over their iPad or something, where her image is there on the iPad. You know what I'm saying?
I never even thought of looking for that or seen that, so I don't
No,
know.
well,
What you see this?
I'm just saying, I noticed
You
it one,
looking?
and I was like, oh wow, that's fucking.
I've got a screen guard. I've got a clothespin screen guard.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Gallagher or something, but
I have not. I mean, weird, but
I hear that's not uncommon. As a sociologist, you know,
oh.
I've heard that that's actually not uncommon.
Well, I mean, I did kind of think, I was drawn to think of the psychology behind such a thing. It's like, that is fucking weird.
it was probably as close as I could get to fucking the broad. Is doing that.
I mean, that's got to be part of it. It's like, it's not just looking at a magazine. She can respond with a comment even or something. I don't know.
Maybe they make like a little puppet out of the face or something one day. Like, oh no, not again. You're making dinner tonight now. Naughty boy. Probably some psychopath out there doing that.
I'm drowning.
Or out there in National Geographic magazines.
It's starting to rain here. How's your
Yeah,
weather,
there's-
Saint?
Sunny and mild.
I figured it'd be nice. I think you might gonna have some rain in a few hours, maybe.
Right. I'm thinking about setting out tomorrow on a road trip. I'm kind of excited about it.
Oh, really? Where to?
Oh, right on.
The state of confusion known as South Carolina.
Oh, that ain't much of a travel. That's cool.
Well, I'm a homeboy,
I mean, it can get
yeah.
a little, you might tire out your legs pedaling after a while.
Right.
I'm just referring to your pictures you post with next to railroad tracks on your bicycle. How often do you ride that bike?
Well, my average is down the last couple of weeks, but the last 4 months every day on average.
Like, do you do it for exercise?
Yes. I do it to get out of the house,
Yeah.
I have trouble getting out of the house. And I used to go jogging. That was cringe.
Wow,
You can bet.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, I know, man. That was cringe, let me tell you. But then my brother gave me a bicycle, and I took up biking. There's
like
two kinds
riding.
of bikers. There's two kinds of bikers, dumbass preppies and meth heads in my neighborhood,
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just a dumbass idiot.
I mean, you're an old school throwback or something.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed bike riding. It's just it's a nice way to see some sights if you just put some. If you want to just take a ride around the town.
Yeah.
And you never know who you might run into. Stop and chat for a second or something.
Car.
Did you get that yard cut, Victor?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, had to get gas.
You got a riding mower, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Does it have the two bars on each side that where you push up, forward, and back to steer, or is it different?
No, it's the older style one. You're talking about like a zero.
It's got a
turn.
steering wheel.
Yeah, it's got a steering wheel. A little tractor. It's a
The ones they got
Craftsman.
around here, man, they fucking kick ass, man.
They're the zero turn style ones. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, $5,000 for those bitches.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
was
there's
looking at them.
everyone around me has huge lawns, you know, and they're always out on the weekends, you know, fucking for hours cutting their
Yeah.
lawns.
You saw the size of the lawn I got here. It's almost a freaking. It's almost half a block. There's one lot. Actually, half a lot shy of one.
I think it'd be funny to see some fool with a regular push behind, you know, like
Dude, that would suck.
one of
Yeah.
those fields.
Like I told my kid he got a job. I said, your ass is getting freaking some money saved up. I don't care if you gotta get a loan. You're buying a fucking mower for your old man.
There you go.
Nice one too. I don't know, shitty ass fucking whatever. I don't know. Like my
Were
neighbor
you out
buys
there,
those Chinese ones every year. They keep breaking down.
Were you listening to Jill earlier, St. Tommy at all, or?
I missed him.
Oh, okay. He was in a good mood.
I know. He does have a good measure of joy.
Except I left him in backstage for about a half hour or so.
Yeah.
'Cause I never look at my screen. But I do listen for the little, you know, the little pop sound. But I guess I missed it.
Yeah, I've never known you to intentionally torture someone.
No, I wouldn't do that. So do you think if you were in a position, St. Tommy, and you had little baby Hitler in your arms, knowing what the future would be, what would you do?
I'd probably change his diaper and pray for him.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? Is that wrong? I mean, I
That's- Mhm.
I can't know the future. You know, I can't know the future. And even if I believed I did know the future, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust my discernment. You know,
I lean on where you're going with that. Like, yeah, I don't care. Man, that just is so wrong. I don't know how I could do it.
well, you know, men like Jill push total depravity, but I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. Have you ever heard of the doctrine of total depravity?
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it's astonishing.
Okay,
That-
so let me ask
That
you.
doctrine. Uh-huh.
It occurred to me that okay, so you know we're talking about actually Hitler, and you know hypothetically you know the story. So, what do you think about this idea? It's a little less. I mean, it's not taking a life, but you do something that will disfigure his face in a way that he could never be politically successful because of his face. Like you put his face
Fuck
in
that.
some hot water or something, so he's just he's got a burned face. Like
You
a guy
think
like
you
that is
think
not-
you think I would torture an infant simply to save 6 million Jews? No way. No way.
Now
What
with
kind
these
of man do you
prices
think
these
I
days-
am? You know?
Now with these prices these days,
Oh my gosh, you
why is
guys.
everybody's knocking baby Hitler? He didn't do anything yet. You know?
I know it exactly. It's-
Exactly. I mean, it's like the like I'm really against that, like the Minority Report bullshit.
Yeah,
Arresting people before
pre-crimes.
they actually, that's what parking tickets or that's what speeding tickets are. That's why I'm fundamentally against that. It's like, where's the harm? Where's the body? Habeas corpus here. You know, fucking, what did I do?
You're crazy
went-
about those speeding
went
ticket
too
things.
fast
How
in
you
the
gonna
States.
analogize that? You're almost saying like everybody's gonna get a speeding ticket in the mail and you have to prove
Well,
innocence.
Suicide, even suicide, is unlawful in some states of confusion.
Heard it's painless.
Yeah. I mean, you go to Canada, they'll help you out. But in, yeah.
Oh man, that's ridiculous. Even for the mentally challenged, people suffering from mental illness, they're, you know, coaching these fools to kill themselves. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
It's a tricky thing, you know. Nobody wants to see somebody die, but then if somebody's going to do the same thing over and over and over again and hate it every single day for the rest of their lives, you know, who's to say what they shouldn't do? Say, oh, there's always going to be a bright side, you know. So, well,
I mean, I'm all for people being able, like, how can you stop it anyways? But if they want to off themselves, that's fine. But
Well,
there
there's
are
an
people,
old. Mhm.
people that wouldn't be offing themselves, but for the state, encouraging it. That's wrong. At least I think it's wrong. I should
Well, I
say.
guess
There's an old Indian proverb. Uh, every warrior hopes for a quick and honorable passing. Yes. Yeah,
Something like dying with your boots on.
I guess. Yeah. You know, uh, I don't know. I also heard that suicidal ideation can be likened unto being in the top floor of a burning building that keeps getting hotter and you don't want to jump, but you want to jump.
Wow. If that's what it feels like, that's scary.
That's terrible. Damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yeah.
all right, yeah, it's quite a conundrum.
My uncle offed himself.
I had a first cousin. She was like 16, shot herself in the heart over a boy,
Oh,
over breaking up, a boy breaking up.
Crazy.
such a waste.
Boy, did that fuck up the family for a while.
No doubt.
Yeah, that was just a horrible tragedy, man. They were, he was a really nice kid, the boy.
How old was she?
Actually, she was 16 when they started going out. She was 18 when she killed herself. So like they were together for like 2 years.
Man.
I mean, yeah, I mean my cousin Julie, but imagine being the guy having to live with something like that fucking bullshit.
Yeah, be pretty weird for a while, I bet.
Man, I bet he carried that for a while. It's been like 50 years since then, almost.
Who's to blame? You know? Who's to blame?
The parents.
Really?
I'm just goofing.
Well, it was their gun.
It was
It
baby
was the
Hitler.
gun. The gun was there for
Just
protection.
blame
But
baby Hitler. I mean, everybody's different. Let's just say.
one of her sisters, like that, I don't know if it was that day or the next day. Well, it happened, and then like the next, and it was really tragic because it happened in the winter, and it was a huge snow, like couple feet of a snowstorm, and the morgue or the vehicle that the whatever, I forget what they call it, but it got stuck down there, in the snow. It was just a clusterfuck, man. But anyways,
Coroner's
the
van or
one
whatever it is.
sister, her sister, my other cousin Cheryl, she lost her mind. She was like, at one point she was talking about how she sees Julie out there in the yard and shit like that.
Yet.
I mean, it's really
When I
amazing
was
the human
15,
mind. Go ahead.
uh-huh. When I was 15, I was interned in a Polish tractor factory. And I tried to break my arm to escape, but I was unsuccessful.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I know if I was ever captured or something, that's all I would be thinking is how I get out of this fucker, man. I'd be constantly scheming and that shit.
Like a trapped rat style, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I would be like an animal that can't, I need to get out of this fucking cage. I mean, I wouldn't be like, maybe, I wouldn't want to make it obvious, but I'm just saying, I'd be planning and scheming, like trying to figure this shit out.
I've never been to Poland, but the factory that I was interned at manufactured Polish tractors. Yeah. Have you ever been behind the Iron Curtain?
No. I wanted to go to Russia. I thought about going to Russia and being a missionary for a short period in my life.
Didn't you go to someplace crazy like Uganda or something?
Well, I went to Kenya.
Oh, yeah,
What?
there.
Kenya? Did you play basketball with them? Like Kevin Bacon?
God. Why are missionaries always attracted to like small Peruvians and non-English speaking ethnic groups? I don't understand it,
Oh yeah, right.
because anybody that actually speaks their language ain't fool enough to sit there and listen to them.
Exactly. I used to live in a town that was called Raleigh, and they had a sign out in front of a church about this missionary who went to Africa in 1869. In 1869, and
Livingston, I presume.
They ate him.
Well, they had part of his speech on the plaque, and it said, "May 1,000 fall before Africa be given up." But he died the same year he went, Yeah. And I thought to myself, why go across the globe, assuming that it's not flat Earth? Why go across the earth to be evangelical when I am a perfect evangelist simply for breathing? Simply for breathing, I am perfectly successful of an evangelist.
I would think the only reason would be is if you knew God, wanted you to do that.
Yeah. That would be a justifiable reason, I presume.
I was thinking like maybe pussy.
yeah, that would be a justifiable reason.
There's gotta be a reason.
Well, that might. I
mean,
that's closer to why some of it happened, probably.
I'm sure.
I've heard African pussy's good as any.
Not my cup of tea, but I guess.
You haven't.
More power to them.
Hey, you haven't been to Kenya, my friend.
I bet not.
Close enough to run away.
I bet you it smells as fresh as American snatch. Yep.
I don't know, but there was some people living in some sad conditions. That's for sure.
There are many ways to be rich and many ways to be poor.
Well, it was very difficult for me not to be angry at seeing how the politics of a nation or the rulers of a nation can just really fuck the people. That's what I mean, because Kenya is so rich in agricultural ability. I mean, for at least for 6 months of the year, they have a rainy season and then a dry season. But when I was over there, it was like Hawaii. I mean, you could stick a stick in the ground and it would start growing. I mean,
maybe they're just lazy.
The vegetation was so, I mean, so much of it. No, anything that grows, the government takes it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like nobody can grow their own shit without it. You know, somehow, you know, ends up not in the people's plate. You know, not on their tables.
The banana republics.
But you know, more people are growing.
Sounds like California.
More people are growing their own stuff. And, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
it seemed like things are getting maybe better, but still,
California.
I don't know what the solution is. But
the solution is blow everything out. Let's start all over again.
Remember old. Sorry.
Sorry.
Remember old San Diego. You know.
man, I loved Seaport Village when I was there in the 80s. It was the most beautiful. All San Diego was so beautiful in the 80s.
As a kid.
There was only so much riffraff around there. What, you know what I mean? Back then, as I remember.
Yeah, that's happening everywhere.
Until you left. Yeah.
I had one of the best.
California is the most. I mean, if I was to be homeless or on dope or something, I would go to California, or especially South Bay, because it's, you know, you don't have to worry about being snowed on. Rain on most of the time. You got good weather to smoke your crack in under your tent. Yeah,
I'd be right down there.
The weather is
somewhere.
one of the reasons why it's populated with homeless.
Florida's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. But Victor, I had one of the best dates I ever had. I mean, it was just an enjoyable night. It was it the Star Cruiser or something? I don't know. It was that sailing ship that they do the dinner cruises.
Star of India.
The Star of India. That's yeah. And man, it was like 3 hours, music, great food, you know, alcohol. My first wife, we were, you know, pretty newly married, didn't have kids.
Right on.
Or actually, we weren't even married. We weren't even married. We were just, you know, living together.
You heathen.
Oh yeah, it was fuck. That was my rebellious time.
And you call that fornication? So a gift like that, you would call fornication? Unbelievable.
I have different views depending on the context and basically, like, I think like I wouldn't just like say a woman that's a virgin. I would consider her in a different kind of position, especially if she's young, than a woman that's been married twice and now she's single and, you know, out there, you know. It's just, you know, it's a whole different ball game, you know. And go ahead.
My cousin Art, he said that fornication is sex that I'm not a part of.
That sounds like you know, someone from the South might say that.
Yeah, it was just a joke, a junior Bible study joke. You know, nothing needs reform like another man's sexual habits. You know, that was one joke.
Wait, say that again.
Nothing so needs reform like another man's sexual habits.
I gotcha.
And that was a junior Bible study joke.
Yeah, don't say nothing about mine.
Exactly. It's just a common mindset, you know, amongst human beings. You know, they're very concerned with other people's habits, intimacy habits, and, you know.
And you really don't have to be a religious person to have those kind of attitudes, but it really sticks out as very ugly when it does come from such a person, which it often does. I mean,
the hypocrisy, the rank. I'm sorry, what was that?
Not that hole, you heathen.
Well, I was sharing with this woman the other day how I was talking about growing up, how I was growing up, how it was growing up in my house with my, once when my dad got saved when he was in his later 20s. So I was born into this Christian home, and but I was just relating how Sunday mornings before church at home, I mean, you never saw the devil at so much work in a household with the bickering or the, trying to get people up and dressed, because you got to get cleaned up, dressed up. You got 5 kids, mom and dad, and dad's wants, he wants to get there on time and whatever. Anyways, so there'd be all this anger and yelling and shit, like half the time. It was just like, and then, and we'd all pile into the station wagon and all up until we pulled in the parking lot and opened up and got out, and everybody put their smile on. And I just remarked that it was like a great way to teach you to be a hypocrite.
Right. Especially church, yeah. Saint T left.
Yeah, that's fine.
Church is like that. A lot of, two-face going on there.
Yeah, I don't play that, man. Sorry.
I had this one customer that was going to, I won't say what church it was or her name, because she is a nice lady. When I was working for this one business, she would come in, really nicely dressed and everything, in her pink dress, and make like a pecan pie once in a while, bring it to everybody at the shop. And, oh, Lordy, everybody, God bless, this and that. And then,
oh, no.
And like one day, just out of nowhere, just caught her on the street. She's dressed up in like sweats and a fucking do rag on her head, and she's like fucking smoking a menthol cigarette and stuff. She's out in the corner, and I'm about to walk up to her and say hi. She's at a bus stop, and I just say hi to her, and she's all like, she's on there, says, "Yeah, this motherfucker came around talking this shit," and I was like, "Fuck you!" And I tap her. I was like, "Hey, how you doing, Miss So-so?" "Oh, hey, how you?" She's like, put on the whole little play. I was like, laughing my ass
God.
off. I was like, "Good to see you," and I just walked off.
Well, was it like the case that she kind of went away from whatever she was doing, or she would be that way sometimes and wearing the do rag other times?
This was wasn't shortly after. Or actually in between, because when we opened the shop up over there on National City Boulevard, the place you've been to over there, she's been there to order stuff for, I believe it might have been the same or different church. I don't know. I caught her going out the door. I think it was the same. No, it might have been a different church. But anyway, she looked, trying to like play the churchy part a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's just how you live.
It is common. Like, I'm just going to speak for like the Detroit area and the black church, especially. Like I'm just saying, the Detroit that I grew up around was full of black people and the black churches. But a lot of those it for so many, and especially I would say the men, they go along because their wife, it's just of course, this is a thing you do in that community, but it would be totally fine for anyone to do all the dressing up and bake the pies and then take some of that and share with somebody, like maybe, and then all the rest of the week you're just like anybody else.
Yeah, it's just like everybody's their own person. I seen most of it working when I was a contractor for the military, because it was a call center. And I don't know if they had some kind of, maybe it was just, the area of San Diego, but everybody on the phone, I mean, you had to be professional on the phone. But when you go to the break room, it was like, it was funny because the black dude's like, "Damn, I'm not taking none of these motherfucking shit anymore, motherfucking," and just black. And then the Mexican dude gets all, and he's on break over there. He's talking to the other Mexican guy. He goes, blah, 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 blah. It's like everybody just goes into, whole their regular persona, their character.
Hey, Victor.
It's hilarious to watch.
I think I missed the call that I was waiting on. So I think I'll go ahead and end this if you don't mind, and
no props.
Get on something later. Maybe.
All right. Hey, thanks, fellas. Thanks.
Oh,
hey, Saint T. Good to see you, man.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it.
Later.
Later.